Today we're going to talk about how to calculate sales tax. So sales tax is a percentage, right? So in Texas we have an 8.25% sales tax. Sales tax is a tax imposed by state or local governments. It's collected by the seller or service provider. So when you go to the store, you automatically have to include sales tax. The tax percent is a percent of the total cost of goods or services. So it's percent of a number. Which we know that anytime we want to find percent of a number, we convert it to decimal, and then we multiply those two numbers. So, example, Rafiq purchases products from a nursery for his yard. The table shows his purchases and the prices. So if you're looking at your page, that's below these two steps. The sales rate percent is 7.5%. Find the total cost. So find the tax on each item. So there are Black-Eyed Susans. Well, there are two Black-Eyed Susans. So how much is the subtotal for the Black-Eyed Susans? Well, it's 12.50. 6.25 each. So if we have 6.25, 6.25, we get 12.50. But then we have to multiply that by 7.5%. Well, when I multiply by 7.5%, if I want to move that over, so I move two places to the left, I get 0.075 decimal. When I multiply that out, I get 13.44. Wait, I'm ahead of myself, not 13.44. I get 0.94. So for my two Black-Eyed Susans, I'm paying 0.94 in sales tax. Well, what do? How do you find the total? So you take your subtotal, which is before tax, so in our case it's $12.50, then you add your tax in. That's how you find your total. And you've experienced this when you go into the store. You can't go into a store with $20 and buy $20 jeans. You have to buy less than that way you have enough for sales tax. So for our Black-Eyed Susan, we have 13.44. So we're going to do the same for all the other ones. So we have 6.99 for cone flour, and we have 5 of those. So our subtotal is 34.95. Whoops. 34.95. Well, sorry. We updated this, so we no longer want to do that. Our subtotal for our Black-Eyed Susans were $12.50, so we just want $12.50 right now. We don't want our tax included in there yet. So this is what it would be like if you go into a store. So if you went into a store, you would have your Kansas sunflowers. They'd be 5.11 times 4, which is 20.44. If you had your Black-Eyed Susans, it'd be 6.25 times 2, which is 12.50. Your cone flowers, which are 6.99 times 5, which are 34.95. And then we have the Mexican white oats, which are 29.99 times 1. So there's only one of those, which that makes the multiplication of that pretty easy, which is 29.99. So these are all your subtotals for your individual ones. But do you pay individually, or do you just add all your stuff together? Well, we just add all our stuff together. So when we add all these numbers together, we get 97.88. But we still have to find the sales tax of that, so we need to multiply that by 7.5%, which is 0.075, which remember, we don't have to line up our decimal points. So when I multiply that by 0.075, I get $7.35. Well, is the total cost of his purchase only $7.35? No. We have to add that back into then it wouldn't be 735, it'd be 734. I rounded the wrong way. See, teachers make mistakes. 734, and then we add that back to our subtotal, and our subtotal was 97.88, which is 105.22 cents. So he goes to the store, he puts all these flowers into his cart. His subtotal is $97.88, but then he has to pay $7.34 in tax. So he adds that back in, and so his total is $105.22. So let's do a different one. Let's do the cost of school supplies. So the cost of pens, the subtotal is, so we get that by saying 3.59 times 3, which is 1077. The tax is 8.25%. So when we multiply 10.77 times 8.25, or 8.25 because .0825 because that's our sales tax. This is our Texas sales tax, so you need to get used to this. You get 0.89 cents, and so your total for your pack of pens would be $11.66. Alright, then we're going to look at the notebooks. So the notebooks, we have $1.99 per notebook. So if we have 2 of those, our total cost is going to be $3.98. But that's not how much we pay. We also pay taxes, except for on tax-free weekend. Then you don't have to, then it's just $3.98. But every other weekend you have taxes. So we have 3.98 times 0.0825 gives us 0.33. So our total would be, we add these together, and we get 4.31.